Godchild YouTube channel. I'm here with my co-host Candy Nelson, and this is the same old spill every time we come on. So we're coming to you live tonight and early, or premature, or maybe not. Maybe it's postpartum at this point. I really don't know. How are you doing today, Andy? I don't even get to say tonight. So what's going on with you?
Not a whole lot. I'm just really
I hope you
stoked
can hear
about our
me. Can
little.
you?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I'm just
Okay,
very,
good.
very excited about the advertisement thing that we got going on. So I
I
guess my
am
voice is
too. I
dragging.
can't wait. I mean, yeah, super excited actually. So yeah, for those of you that don't know, we're going to start advertising um, to raise awareness here shortly. And Candy, I'll let you just give whatever spill you want to on that. If maybe just give not a lot of information yet until it's a done deal, but whatever you think.
Mm. Yeah. Well, it's a menu advertisement for a restaurant. So we got a spot on the menu that's going to be coming out, and it's paper menu, and it'll be to-go menu. So people will actually take it home with them. So we got us a spot on there. So we're all excited. And we've
People
been working on this for a
actually,
long, and we've been trying to do this for a long, long time. It's just that the opportunity wasn't there that would, financially work for us. But anyway, this was just a
yeah,
huge blessing, just a huge blessing, and I'm so excited.
I am
and
too.
could
And yeah,
and it could
that was
open
from
the
your
door.
hard work.
Yeah, and it could open the door too for some ads in other cities too as well. So kind of got a little connection going on there. So that'll be good.
I have to apologize. I'm trying to watch out the window. I have to sit in a certain spot tonight, which isn't the normal place due to the weather, and the reception's been pretty crappy to say the least. I didn't have any internet last night. So we tried to do this yesterday evening actually, and because of all the tornadoes and the microbursts and the storm damage and all the flooding in the whole Houston surrounding areas, it was just not happening. So hence the title for today's podcast, um, the Climate Control Cabal, which we all know. And if you don't buy it by now, you're going to know. I mean, it should be blatantly obvious, but we all know that there is indeed a geoengineered portion and a level to what is going on in our world. And again, if you can't see that, I have no words. I have no words because this is in your face kind of stuff here. Um, get you a weather radar app, watch it. I don't know if there's any of you out there that have been watching your weather radar apps, but especially right over Texas. And ever since the solar eclipse, we have had, let's just put it this way, you can tell that this storm is being guided where it settles right on top of certain specific areas and it lingers there. And it's still lingering there. Whether they want to call it a different storm front or not, it's hammered Texas. It has hammered Texas so hard. I
Well,
can't even begin to tell you.
it's funny.
Getting out of the sun.
Somebody just shared
Sorry.
today on Facebook the all the patents out there for the geoengineering,
As
and
well
I
as the
mean
sun simulator that I've been
hundreds
telling everyone that they can't go use their
hundreds and
eyeballs.
hundreds and hundreds of patents on
You
the
betcha.
manipulation and geoengineering of the sky.
It's like I said, it really, I mean, of course they don't go out and advertise this. And so for all of you are like, conspiracy, oh, it's a conspiracy. You're dang straight it is. It's no theory though, but it is a conspiracy. And for you to think, well, why didn't we know about it? They didn't tell it that. I watch the news every day. I never see that. Good for you. You watch the fake news because that's forever what it's going to be. Why would they tell you these things? Now, granted, the information is there.
Oh,
And all you got to do is go, Google your U.S. patents for it. We are spraying wants you on you upon the whole world. And I know y'all have been pretty sick lately. A lot of new cancers coming out, a lot of Alzheimer's, a lot of dementia going on. I know your children are being born with birth defects, But we just wanted to make this advertisement to tell you that, yes, we're spraying aluminum, strontium, and barium upon you, and you're welcome. This ad is paid for and brought to you by your government elitists. I mean, come on. Is that what you're looking for? Is that what you think they're going to do that for you? Or maybe, just maybe, they're probably not going to tell you, but the information's there for the taking. And if you could be like any of us, Candy, myself, and hundreds upon millions of others, aside of what I call the regular sleeping world, it's there. It is there. And so before you start calling someone crazy or just absolutely bat crap insane, first of all, I want you to remember you wore a muzzle over your face for about a year, and you had to kind of revert into your inside quarters, and you couldn't go to the outside quarters, and you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that, and so much for your American rights and your freedom of speech, for that matter, because censorship is highly apparent. I mean, it's just in your face stuff.
Hey, and
What's
you
that?
got it anyway. And you got it anyway. So
Got it anyway. You're welcome. There you go. So you're welcome. Again, this has been paid for and brought to you by your cabal elitists that have so much looked after your own health and your good and your needs since 1792. Said nobody ever. Okay. All right. So now that we're square on that, but I mean, again, wake up. You can see.
I want to bring something else up because I've often scratched my head about this issue. But there's a big push, and there was a big push, and even there was government funding for people to get solar panels on their homes. And so I'm thinking to myself, okay, if they admit that they're trying to block the sun, but there's a big push for solar panels, but yet they're blocking the sun, what purpose are these solar panels serving if they're blocking
Well, they're
the
only
sun,
here for
then
a
they're
little
not going to
while.
be serving.
By the way, there's free energy. So yeah.
And again,
well, I mean, to me, it's
like,
blatantly obvious what's going on.
Well, that makes me wonder if the solar panels are more to reflect what's being sprayed. Like,
And that's where I was going with that next.
It reflects.
Right. So they're already using free, that we have a free energy system grid. It's been set in place for thousands of years. And it was in our most, past recent ancient history, I should say. That's what they were using. That's what all the steeples were on the churches. That's all. Those are ancient tech. Those are all of these beautifully magnificent buildings that we can't even duplicate today, which was a past and a portion of history that was purposely wiped out and rewritten. Free energy, this was always available. But what's going on, and once again, these solar eruptions are very real. And so along comes the spraying, but with the spraying along comes all of these emerging illnesses, such as morgellons disease, Lyme disease. Don't blame a tick, guys. You've got to be smarter than blaming a dang bug for your Lyme, okay? Please, for the love of God, stop saying that a tick made you sick, okay? I rhymed, I'm a poet. But I mean, seriously, please stop. They're going to tell you whatever they need to tell you, but I mean, come on, you guys, we got to know. Those ticks they're just on the island when they were never supposed to get off. Nobody in their right mind is going to do that and leave them on an island knowing that, all it takes is one person to walk off with one little tick and a female the next time, and shazam. Sorry, speaking of bugs.
Or all the genetically modified mosquitoes, they dump.
And they tell you they're doing that. You guys believe that? I can believe it. They said that on the news on I-722. Yeah, well, that's probably your 33-degree masonaries. You're right. So no more with this like conspiracy or conspiracy theorists. No, I don't want to hear it anymore. I want you guys to grow up like you should, be the big boys and girls that God made you to be. Look and use your own eyes, because God said, maybe don't lean on your own understanding, but for goodness sakes, use your noggin that I gave you and instilled within you. And I mean, you will come to a point where I am sometimes, I don't understand why we're having to go through this. I understand why it's going on. Our sun is having solar eruptions. Our sun is almost done. Our sun is blowing up by the day. I mean, I don't know any other way to say it. They call it a solar flare. They give it a technical name, as so that you don't worry, and that there's not a frenzy created upon this earth, and people aren't running here, there, and yonder, just in a frantic fury, just robbing each other blind, stealing, and going crazy. And again, though, chaos out of order, or order out of chaos. I mean, that's kind of been the motto for a while. Hello, pandemic. I'm sorry,
And
I said spam.
and, and back to the solar panels. Like when when I'm thinking in my head, it's like, okay, if you
reflecting.
got a room full of mirrors, what if you got a room full of mirrors and you have a laser light and you're pointing at a mirror and it bounces off, it's hitting another mirror, and it's just going
100%.
to, yeah. So same thing with the
100%.
solar panel.
And the solar panel, I mean, there is energy that comes from the sun, with a no doubt. But hold on, and I'm going to show you this real quick. So, this, my friends, is
Hi, Argo.
the panel. Okay. Hi, Argo. He's always so awesome. Like, send him a text. He's like, I'm here. Good supportive person there. But yeah, this is in a sense a solar panel, which they make all sorts of these. You see them, especially if you get on Google Earth and you zoom into, like, I don't know, about the coastlines of pretty much every country. You're going to see a slew of massive solar panels, but they're facing a certain direction, and especially specifically to your sun. In my own opinion, I think that, I mean, that's just one of many things. Again, we've had the technology of having free energy. That just, all they're doing is order out of chaos. They're making our lives hell. I mean, there's always a catch-22. There's no loopholes. It's like, you got to have medical, but you can't afford it, so you don't get it. But we're going to penalize you because you don't have it, and you're broke and you need some food, but you're $1 over. You can't get food. I mean, come on, guys. Please do the math. And I know some of you might be out there, what you think, living comfortably, and not a clue in the world what's going on. I get it. You're going on vacations. You got this new car. You're going here, there, and yonder. Your kids are getting the systematic education, and you're just thinking they're going to college too, which is, by the way, the same. And I'm not real proud to say that. I'm proud of my children, but not real proud to say that they were so smart they went to college, because they are that smart. But we've all been mentally trained. We have been structured to understand, and there's trigger words. Conspiracy is one of those trigger words. You hear the word conspiracy, and immediately the world, don't talk to her. She's a conspiracy theorist. Right there, she is. Sorry to do it. Yep, guys, she's a conspiracy theorist. Yeah, that's the one. Get over it. I mean, come on. What are you, toddlers? Use your head. Just because you memorized a book and geology and archaeology and history, and you got those books out, and the teacher's like, oh, naughty, didn't do your homework. Oh, you didn't memorize that. You don't remember what that said. Oh, you got an F. F for you, failure. I mean, this is systematic teaching. And to all you teachers out there, I love and adore you. I mean, I literally fell into that level at one time. You are just doing what we've always known since we've been born into the system. But when on God's green note, we took the book written by who? Another man, not us, who did what? Maybe did the research, possibly did not. And I mean, I'm going to go with that one. But all we did was memorize. We've never even tried to use our own eyes and ears. And I'll tell you what, when you try it out, you won't never stop looking after you do. Because once you're turned on to something that you see as a flat out lie, you look in the next thing, and it's called a rabbit hole for a reason. And then the next after that. And then it just settles deep in your soul one day, and you're just like, holy crap, our whole world is a fabricated lie, a geoengineered lie, which is exactly what it is. I mean, there's no pretty way to put that. It is. The victors of every war are the ones who determine your history. And that's a no-brainer. That actually is in your history books. You're welcome. Only probably a couple of truthful things in there, but in your 33rd degree Freemasons, you don't have a little bill of money, by the way. Money is nothing. It's just paper, but you don't have that pyramid with the all-seeing eye on it for no dang good reason. And the clear words that are written on it with exactly, so many bricks reflecting the 33rd degree Masonaries, the Eye of Horus, and then in God we trust, and then the pyramid. I'm pretty sure my God he didn't worship pyramids. He wasn't any portion of the pyramid. So if that says in God we trust there, 1 plus 1. This is where math actually works out, equals 2. Okay. So your math class was probably helpful. 1 plus 1 equals 2. In God we trust. Pyramid on your money, your dollar billio, and a big old eye of Horus. Yeah, probably the wrong God. Probably one
And
with a little T. I'm just putting that out there. No
if you
joke.
want a real treat, look at that dollar bill underneath the microscope.
Hi, Debbie.
You'd be
Yeah,
surprised.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we talked about it. We still need to do that. And I actually have some
Yeah, I
bills
did it
from
before. I did it before. It's got, oh my gosh, I did it. I did it on a 1, a 5, a 20. I did it on all the bills. I'm like, oh my
I have
God.
a podcast, or not a podcast, but a video I made way early on, like probably 9 or 10 years ago, with the folding of the money, and where you can see the 9/11 thing, 911 emergency. I mean, you wonder where that ever came from. But the 911 emergency number came first. And you guys, I've shown you the Illuminati card videos with literally the geoengineered weather on the card, the 9/11 card, and keeping in mind all of it was made prior to all of these events. I mean, was somebody just lucky guessing? Do you think it's a coincidence that, I don't know, about 102 cards predicted exactly to the T what came to be? I mean, is it a coincidence? Because if so, we need to go play the lotto.
The old bills before they printed the new one, you could fold them up and you could see the towers actually collapsing. You could see the Pentagon on the bills. What was the other one? The Pentagon, the towers, and then there was one other one where you could fold up the bill and you could see exactly what was happening.
I think I have that one too.
Yeah, so now
there's actually 2 more than that.
So they're printing new bills now. So guess what? Like the Georgia Guidestones, it's like, oh, well, that never happened. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I was talking about the Georgia Guidestones 8 years ago, and I have 3 different videos out on the Georgia Guidestones that nobody heard of, by the way. Isn't it funny, though? They're not going to advertise these things, guys.
Well, if you get some of the old bills, you happen to run across the original ones and 5s and 10s and 20s, guess what? Keep them, stash them, because it tells a story later on to your grandchildren.
Oh, hey, Laura, take your Red Cross and you just shove it. Sorry.
Yeah,
I mean, I had to.
If y'all get a chance, and you do have opportunity to get an old $1 bill, an old 5, an old 10, an old 20, save them, put them away, because guess what? 20 years from now, you're going to be able to show your grandchildren, look, this really happened, you know?
Yeah.
It really
well, I
happened.
mean, they're not going to believe it because they'll go through the other system thing, just like none of the people
But it was planned.
that were around believe it.
If you have the bills and you learn how to fold them, you can show them.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have videos on this YouTube channel where I've done that, and I showed my whole family, and they're just like, oh, wow, yeah, that's weird. So anyways, I'm going to make an apple pie for, like, the mentality is literally that. It's the craziest thing. It's like that they're hypnotized into this deep slumber of wasted thinking. I mean, I can't even diss them because we've all been there. Like, it took me, I would never have dreamed that I would one day wake up and see it. It's overwhelming, but to see the truth and the reality that's actually present versus the ones that the majority of the world is living in, it's a surreal moment. I can't even tell you. And
I wonder if they
wonder about all the crazy people they've put away for years that aren't crazy at all.
I wonder if they took those YouTube videos down that actually shows you how to fold them. Remember, those were out there. They might have taken them down.
Anyone can Google that right now, and we know that the dollar bills or the money thing, that's a real thing. But I mean, to me, the most obvious thing was, like I said, there's so many things. The Illuminati cards made in 1994 by Steve Jackson, the inventor of the game. So they say, I don't even know if the man really exists. But the game came out in the early 90s. And, well, I'm here to tell you that all of the images on the cards, the biggest portion of them, were well after the 90s. They started around year 2000 with exact images of what took place at the Boston Marathon, the 9/11 with one into the Pentagon in the middle on fire with the smoke, and one right between the two, and going through those 2 twin peaks there. I can't say, because, again, got censorship, and it's funny, they only, like, give me strikes or take down the things that I speak of that are flat out truth. I could say there are monsters living under my bed. And last night, one gnawed my big toe off and the other one plucked my eyeballs out. So please, guys, whatever you do not go to sleep tonight. Because, right, that would be a fear monger, right? But I would get to stay on and probably they'd promote my channel for a lie. Okay. So there's the difference right there. And this is the censorship also on the Illuminati cards that came in, and the AI also on the Illuminati cards that comes into play. These are Maui with the fires burning also came into play on those cards made in 1994. I'm sorry, but Maui was just, this year. Just saying, 9/11. Yep, definitely in the 2000s. Just saying.
Yeah, I remember all those new flavors of Mountain Dew they came out with, Maui Blast.
There's symbolism and everything, and you're right, Candy. And they truth be told, Candy's right. You look at your Mountain Dew cans, you'll probably see the next major event or the mockery of what just came to be as. So it's in your face. It's all geo-engineered in essence. Everything here is a fabricated lie, and there is not a lot of truth to it. And you guys can laugh or click through or like, oh, I can't watch her anymore. Don't really care. Not really my problem. Actually, that's on you, and you're the one that might have to answer for it one day. Well, you will have to. No matter what, you'll have to answer for your choices and your decisions. But you're also one that might have the holy cabal scared out of you because you didn't listen and you were warned. And don't say you weren't warned, and don't say you weren't told, and don't say you were not made aware of these things that are coming. And I don't know, you guys, remember this little old girl right here that all of a sudden everyone walked away? I was screaming, there's things in the sky going on. Remember that? And I was saying like UFOs, and everyone's like, she cray. And then like, what was it? Like your government comes out and like, yeah, there's UFOs. And you guys like, oh, well, I'm not going to tell her I'm sorry. That'd be weird. Or
Chicken
how about,
Little.
Sorry?
Can you hear me? Calling you Chicken Little. The sky is falling. The sky is falling.
And it was, come to find out. But I mean, even morgellons disease, I was taken away. My human rights freaking stripped. I couldn't choose to have a drink, go to the bathroom, what I could wear, if I could sleep, if I could wake up. No choice. My whole human life, my dignity, everything. Well, they could never take away that because, joke's on them. But I was taken away for the things that they have conventions on. They've held conventions on for years. Morgellons disease has been very relevant, very talked about, and all over the world news for freaking millennia years here, and I get taken away. And I mean, I find humor in this, but the weirdest part is how our own families and every single one of us that are awake to this level can tell you this is a true story. Like it's like clockwork. Families just just take her. We used to love her, but we don't like her anymore. We love her, but we're not going to call and check on her actually while she's there for not being crazy. And who's crazy? I mean, me, really? I'm gonna always use that as an example because this example's in your face. Our government came out right after that, said, oh golly, there are chemtrails. Oh golly, there are unidentifieds. Don't when I say UFO, don't think alien. They're fallen angels. Neither here nor there. I mean, it was directly after I was putting it out. I'm like, holy God, I was scared to death at the time too. Because I'm like, I can't believe I'm seeing this. I didn't believe in this. I had no desire, did not believe. But it's amazing what the Lord can reveal to you whenever your mind is free of the poison that you've been fed. And sometimes it takes being brought to your knees. For most of us, it takes a very hard, challenging situation of some sort, all being different, but all being the roughest thing you could ever experience. And when you're brought so far down that you can't even fathom waking up the next day, you wake up seeing. And I'm just praying that people just wake up seeing without have to be going to the levels and the depths of despair because time's ticking. The weather's definitely pretty apparent. And for those folks out there that's been here in Texas, wake up. I've been showing you forever. I mean, I got a video here of the Aurora Borealis. You guys, I respect you, but I doubt the intelligence sometimes because I'm seeing all these pictures and videos post. Oh, look how beautiful, prettiful. The Aurora Borealis right here in South Old Texas. I'm just like, what is wrong with these people? Do you guys know what that is? Just do I see any hands raised? So just pretend I'm the teacher now. Anyone? Can you memorize this one? That's radiation, folks. Your atmosphere is electric. magnetic radiation. And I'm pretty sure it's not very, very good for you last time I heard. Just saying, and shouldn't be here, by the way. So what does that tell you again? Your son is blowing the hell up.
It's messing. I can,
Sorry?
but I'm letting you know something. They're messing with your voice and your features, and your face is twitching and fading in and out. There's stuff going on right now. But okay, so Debbie says I'll be
oh
right
my
back.
gosh, I could see it on the TV too.
I got
So
to
yeah,
go off for a minute.
keeping in mind this is what happens too. I mean, they make a mockery out of you every time. And when I say demons are real. They're real. They're all around us. So if my
Yeah,
eyeballs
you
go
were
cross-eyed,
doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
not
Yeah, so
surprised.
Kat said, Candy, what was it you said to look into last live when we were talking about biofilm and parasites? I was saying the article from Dietrich Klinghardt. It's called, oh my gosh, the life-saving work, aluminum particulates and the life-saving work of parasites. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at and see if I can find the link, but gosh, I'm trying to remember. Nano
I don't
aluminum
remember.
and life-saving work of parasites. I don't remember off the top of my head, but anyway, it's an amazing article. It puts everything together, and that's actually that article is what made me get tested for the glyphosate poisoning, because he talks about that we all have the issues, but once the glyphosate is added to it, which is in the food, then that's when it wreaks havoc on our body. So I had my hair analysis sent to France and had it analyzed, and it came back positive for the glyphosate poisoning. So yeah, then there's that. So, and that was through a nonprofit called detoxproject.org, and they actually send you the kit, and you send your hair back into the kit, and you send it back to France, and they analyze it, and then you get the results back in an email. And it wasn't very expensive either. I don't remember how much it was, but you don't pay any shipping. It's just a one-time fee. And like I said, you pay it, they send you the kit, you send your hair back, and they do the analysis, and then they send you the results in an email. And it's worth having. At least you know what you know, what you know.
Exactly.
So, I mean, actually, that's what has helped me too. I took those test results back to my doctor and showed him. And I think I told you that was the day he was furious. I mean, just ranting about chemtrails in his office that day when he saw my results. And,
Yeah,
so
they're starting to wake up. Doctors are starting to even realize. I mean, now they're saying it on TV. Like that's not a joke anymore. But it's crazy.
yeah. So Kat's here, Debbie's here, and Argo's here.
Hey guys, sorry, I was taking
Argo says people are starting to see the demons, and they're trying to get ahead of it by giving it a syndrome name. Yeah.
That's what it is. And sorry, I just dropped the whole thing. I'm trying to get this reception better here, so that I don't freeze in really, really crazy ways. That because, like, I swear they do. They make a mockery, and the word "they" only means those in control. That is your cabal. That is your actual cabal. There is an actual cabal. Some call them Illuminati. Some call them
Sharon's here now too. Hi,
What's
Sharon.
that?
I said
Yes, I
Sharon's
just
here now
texted her.
too.
She said, "Let me know when you're on." I'm like, "Oh, we've been on." When I text Sharon, when I text you, that's when I was saying we're going on right now.
Yeah, it's like romper room. I see Sharon. I
I
see
am so
Argo.
happy you guys are here. Yeah, and you guys, I'm gonna come back on here, but not without candy. Hold on.
I
And
gotta
if
go to
I
the
freeze
restroom.
in really strange ways, trust me, they're doing that on purpose. And plus, I actually do make those spaces sometimes by myself on purpose. So just to keep
Yeah, we do.
the whole conversation just light and happy and like, look at Lisa's face, it's all contorted. You're welcome.
Hey,
Welcome.
I need
did
to
that for you.
exit stage bathroom for a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay, so while Candy's doing that, I was going to show you guys. So I know all of you are well aware of the Northern Lights. Okay, first thing, why do they call them the Northern Lights? because they're north, right? You didn't even have to go to school for that, by the way, and get a education that's just memorized. It's the system that. So they call them that because they're always seen up north because due to the proximity of the solar levels, right? Okay, so when you're in South Texas or Alabama or Georgia, because I know many of you were and have been and have seen them just recently, which they're still going on. And by the way, the solar eruptions that we just saw here in Texas and the surrounding areas, this was mild. What's coming next week? Mark my words. Just listen to me. Don't pay attention to your teachers, the weathermen on TV on the news aren't going to tell you, but there are specific people that you can listen to. And believe it or not, YouTube is actually a good place to find a lot of lies, but more of your truth than you'll ever find anywhere. So next week, I promise you, just beware and be ready. If you're here in Texas, it's going to be bad. It's going to be really bad. This was mild. What we just saw this week and the following, and it was bad, right? So it's going to be really bad. So hold on one second. I'm going to show you here. Okay, so this was, and I have to do it this way because I tried all day long to send it to my Dropbox. It won't let me, and we know why. But so here we go. So that's right here on my front porch, by the way. And then it hit me on what it was after that. You guys see my videos all the time out here on all kinds of weather, doesn't matter what kind of weather, and we never see this color of sky. And it's just right in this spot right there. But keeping in mind, it hadn't hit me yet what I was looking at. So then all of a sudden, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the aurora borealis. You never saw anyone leave that porch and go back inside as quick as I did, and like I did that evening. I mean, number one, we all know what happened to me. I lost a good 65% to 70% of my hair when I supposedly had COVID in April. Okay, so I'm sorry, not April, August, just the very second week of August. And my hair just came out in clumps prior to me sitting on my front porch momentarily and watching this weird, strange, bright white sun. By the way, the sun was yellow. I don't know if you guys remember, but the sun used to be yellow. So with that said, right after I was out there, I was just momentarily out there, sat there, sitting on the little chair I always do. And right after that, I saw this strange white beam coming from the white sun. And I mean, I have the video. I've shown you guys, many of you guys. It's only one beam. The sun should be radiating throughout. Number one, the sun isn't 96 million miles away, okay? My Sony Handycam can zoom in and see the solar bursts and the fact that there was no moon present when the sun was eclipsed. And don't call me crazy. If you guys can show me one video, even one video of this past solar eclipse where the moon was eclipsing it, I will be quiet the rest of my life. But you will not find it. There was no moon present. And that moon should have been visible before the eclipse and after the eclipse, even if you don't see it, during, because the sun's so bright and big, they say. But mark my words. Trust me on this. I'm not the only one. There's hundreds and thousands of us that saw this and know this. But like I said, strange white beam, hair falls out, so sick. I felt like I had just taken chemo. That's my COVID had no congestion, no cough, nothing respiratory. My COVID had the symptoms of what chemo would almost bring upon one, with also the loss of hair. So again, this is all the weather-related portion of what we're trying to say, the climate control cabal. This is for entertainment purposes only. Man, I almost forgot to add that. Yeah, you guys can read between the lines though, but it's a no-brainer, you guys. It's a no-brainer. And COVID didn't start in China. It's bullcrap. That's a lie. A tick did not bite your butt and give you Lyme disease. That's a lie. Your Asperger's and your Alzheimer's and your ADHD and your, all of these cancers that you never saw before did not come from nowhere. They came from your environmental changes and the geoengineering that's been bestowed upon your world by Those that are
and
actually,
and
as we speak,
and
digging holes underground. So,
and your food supply.
amen, sister. I was going with that next. Your genetically modified organisms. So, next time you're at the grocery store and you're contemplating, do I go down the aisle of healthy living where everything's about 9 times marked up that I cannot afford at all on any level? Or should I just go over there and just go down the regular aisles and get the great value brand of peanut butter and everything else? And by the way, have you seen my apples? I've had them. I have an apple over here I've had for, this is the third month. Beautiful, perfect still. Hasn't wilted a bit. You guys get lettuce much, right? Do you? You get some lettuce and stuff, your eggs and little carrots. They're probably still good in your fridge right now, huh? Or did you throw them out too early? Maybe you should not do that. Maybe you should hold on to those and just check those little suckers out, because you think those are staying that, like, I have a garden outside right now where squash, by the way, I'm only getting like one fruit per plant, where years before it was just fruits and veggies everywhere. But the last 2 years, I'm, no matter what seeds I use, what organic, which there's no such thing anymore, or non-organic or whatever, just none of them are growing anymore or producing any more than, one or two fruits per. Where, I mean, mine never stopped producing in prior years, and I garden for years. I've done this. So, and I know you farmers out there, especially here in Texas, I'm right. You're seeing the same thing. Your plants are not producing like they once did on any level.
Not only that, I need to point something else out. Okay, listen. The organic non-GMO aisle that you're talking about, that's twice as much. Guess what? There are no laws in place saying that they have to have truth in labeling. There's no truth in labeling laws. So they can label it any way they want to, okay? Mark it as high as they want to, and convince you that you're getting the purest form of food that there is because you just paid 3 or 4 times as much.
Yeah.
But guess what? That don't make it so, okay? So detox,
You're eating
detox,
crap no
detox.
matter what you eat. Yeah.
Exactly.
Here's another question, and please leave a comment, whether right now in this live podcast or even if you see this later, please, because I am curious. Inquiring minds want to know, that don't watch the news, that just want to know by doing their own research. Have you noticed that your food doesn't taste the same? Most of it just really, some of it has weird textures. Some of, well, never mind that it stays really pretty looking for, like, I don't know, as old as the Egyptian tombs that they're pulling out of the ground over there. But I mean, are you guys noticing the flavors are not right? And if you're thinking, is my taste buds? Is there something wrong with my taste buds? Because this doesn't taste good anymore. And I know I'm not the only one. My own brother-in-law has said it. My mom said it. My dad said it. And I'm just looking at all these people that I love and know so well. And I just want to scream, like, I've only been telling you all this for, like, I don't know, the past 9 years. Whatever you do, don't listen to me because it might save your life. Please, for the love of my Lord, don't listen to me. I'm putting myself out here getting laughed at. The whole world's pointing and joking, and we don't do that for nothing. Like, nobody's a glutton for punishment. They're just like, you know what? I want to just get out there and say something really corny and crazy that's not real. Use your heads, people. And family of mine, I love you, but listen, Linda, I'm telling you, this is happening. It's happening, and your food tastes bad for a reason. And so next time you want to comment about that in front of me, I'm going to go ahead and jump in next time, because I was really patient this last time when y'all told me, yeah, this doesn't taste right. I was biting my tongue almost till it bled. I'm just saying.
And
So,
again, unfortunately, it's the world we live in. We have to eat. Not all of us can go out there and plant our own garden. We don't have
we
the
could actually, absolutely.
ability.
Every one of us could, because you can do it in just a container, but they make sure we don't have the time to do anything.
Oh
But I
yeah,
mean, I'm learning how to prioritize, let me tell you.
you can't even trust that the seeds that you're getting
Well,
is
that's what I just got through saying. I've got one vegetables, and we already know what's coming down from the sky. What does
yeah.
that do? That hits your water sources. That hits your fields where your cattle graze, your swine eat. That hits where your
And your
birds go
tomatoes
through and
grow.
peck. It's
And
a
where your tomatoes
no-brainer.
grow.
What's
And your
that?
tomatoes and where your organic non-GMO seeds that you
There's no
planted.
such thing as what I was trying to say earlier. There is no such thing as organic. They
Let
have
me
engineered even the whole motto,
Yeah,
and the moral of the story is transhumanism is next. This has been an agenda in the making for quite some time. And you know that little place in the Bible where it says, the mark of the beast, which pretty much means you can't buy or sell nothing, or blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? They got rid of all the cash registers out of the stores pretty much yesterday, most of them. I do watch the news for that, actually. I heard about it because I refuse to watch the news, but they'll tell you that. And do you know what happens when your cash registers are gone from the stores? Anyone? Anyone? Raise a hands here. Yeah, that means if you're going in that store, you cannot enter that store without what? You betcha. A debit card. Because if there's no cash register, hence the word cash register, then no cash is accepted. And the number of the beast, what they call a 666, which isn't actually, you're going to see the number six, number six, number six, because back in those times, they didn't have those kind of lettering systems. Okay. So I want you to get off that part and just stop thinking like quite literally on some of this, because what that is, you're buying and you're selling. And these people are getting the implants in their arms, their hands, and they're having a swipe. And they're like, did you see that? I just paid for my groceries by right here, the swipe of my little itty bitty hand. I just did that. Everybody's doing it. It's cool. Come on, y'all. Let's get on the bandwagon. Let's do it. First of all, that's one place I've never been. But don't be a fool. That means that's the only way. That's your buying and you're selling. That everyone pushed the COVID thing. Honestly, I questioned it, whether that was the mark of the beast when you got the little, pokey there, which is still stupidity because it's transhumanism through and through. And nobody even knew what was in it. I did. But I just I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing sadly with you. It's neither here nor there. But like I said, you are slowly being changed. They've been trying since birth. Why do you think you had to go take your babies to the doctor, watch them scream as they got poked here and poked there and couldn't go to school without pokey poke poke poke? It's not the hokey pokey, guys. It is the actual pokey hocus pocus is what it is. It's the juice in the potion, okay? That's why transhumanism, mixing iron with clay, all of this is biblical on every level. And for those of you that want to call yourself Christians, why aren't you listening? Why aren't you listening? Because you believe the Bible, you believe in the Word of God. And the Euphrates River is drying up. The red heifer has been delivered to Israel. Candy had a frog rain down on her, a white frog rain down from the sky last night. I mean, where is your discernment? Where is your belief system? Why is it out the window when the truth actually reveals itself? When there'll be signs in the sun, the moon, and the stars, and upon earth, perplexity upon nations, and all the things that are coming upon this world. There will be wars and rumors of wars. And then at this time, all these things will be a sign of the Son of Man coming in the clouds with power and great glory. Where is your heads, guys? Sitting here, word for word, in front of your face, play by play, happening. And you guys are like, it can't be true. Not my lifetime. Guess what, cupcakes? Your lifetime. Your lifetime. You're living in it. It's true. It's real. It's present. And if you don't use your discernment and get yourselves right and awake soon, I'm not the judge, but I think we all know per biblical aspect what that means. 1 + 1 again equals 2. So it's heartbreaking because I see Christians everywhere and I see them sleeping and not believing and not reading and not knowing what the Word of God is even saying, because most of them won't even discuss the book of Revelation. And I'll tell you what, Revelation is revealing itself, which is why it's called that, right here, right now, in your time while you're living. And it's happening. You don't get a choice. Never was up to you. Wasn't up to you to begin with. And I love my sister and so many others. They're like, well, ignorance is bliss. Stop. Because you're going to regret that. You're going to regret that. Stop the nonsense. Stop saying that. You're going to have to lose the fear. The Lord did not give you a spirit of fear. Lean not upon your own understanding. Lose the fear. Trust in Him. Have the faith. And be still and know that He is God. All of it scripture, all of it told. So stop running from the truth and start listening to what is coming and be ready. That's all I got, because I could go on a rant for hours, as you know. And Candy, I love you again, always. And I can't wait to see you. I'm going to see her in August. And
Well,
can't wait till the ad comes out, guys.
on here. Well, I don't think they were on here yet when we were talking about in the beginning. We got a new advertisement for her for the YouTube channel on a menu. So we're pretty excited about that. I
I'm
wanted to
so
share that
excited.
again, just like because
Yeah.
we worked really hard trying to find, you know,
I'll show the I'll
something we want to
show
do
I
with.
was gonna show them what the ad looks like. I did show them what the aurora borealis look like here in South Texas, the northern lights in South Texas. Collision. That was a collision. But hold on.
Cool.
I'm just like I'm excited because you know what? Awareness, we're living in the last days.
Yeah,
The
and we're
awareness
supposed to
needs to be
be on
spread.
we're
So
supposed to be on the very top in the middle of this menu. So
yeah, so this is more or less what the ad is. And yeah, and just say no to transhumanism, by the way, guys. Keep your bodies pure as you can. Do not partake of any other little roller up your sleeves if you can at all costs avoid them. And just remember, like I get it, people are afraid of dying, but I'm afraid of living here.
like I got
Honestly, I'm more afraid of
I
living here.
I
So
got fibers wrapped around the inside of my throat. I'm just like, oh.
yeah, when you have unexplained things emerging from your body that you know shouldn't be there and that you flat out know were geoengineered and also flat out know that they are part of the mixing iron with clay agenda, the transhumanism agenda, you're gonna freak out, right? But you got to keep calm because some of us were born for a time such as this, and we have the strength to get through it. But what I'm going to tell you right here, right now, is all of you have it. Got a choice. You have a choice every single day when you wake up to be strong or to be fearful. It is a choice. And when you know, because remember, the Lord put within you authority over Satan. He put that within, like you have authority over him. Satan cannot do anything to you. Now, nobody said times are going to be tough and the men were going to be like brutal and, they can't torment you. That 100%. But the Lord won't let us feel that kind of pain when it comes down to that, as long as we stand by him and do not deny him. And I'm scared because I know there's going to be many that do that I would have never expected it from. And I'm just praying it's not any of you. So once
Well,
again, that's
I
all I
love
got.
you, but I'm gonna have to get off of here because I'm
Me
like
too.
having a really hard time in my throat.
Well, I love all of you. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Daryl. Thank you, or Argo. Thank you, Sharon, everyone. If I'm missing someone, thank you guys for being here. Much love, and I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. And anyone watching, don't be mad at me. Just know I love you, and it comes from the best place of my heart. And you can call me
Right.
crazy. I've got broad shoulders, but you're going to be wondering later, so don't do that. All right, guys.
All
Love
right.
ya.
Yeah, everybody.
Bye.